I'm Sutherland with the Mesonet Weather Report. Well, fall is a time of air temperature swings across Oklahoma, and the swing from Tuesday to Wednesday was an example of that. A map of that 24-hour shift shows that out west it dropped by a factor of teens out in the western part of the state. As we move into the central part of the state, there was a 20-degree drop over much of that area. And then on up over to the northeast, we saw the most extreme drop with Foraker dropping 30 degrees over 24 hours. Checking a map of minimum air temps for Wednesday morning shows that we had 29 out in the far western panhandle, 30s and 40s for much of the state, and then off into the southeast in the 50s. With those cooler temperatures, we saw winds out of the north, and that dropped the feel of the air about 10 degrees. Out at Boise City, they were at 29, but with the wind chill, it actually felt like 20 degrees out. A graph of air temperature from the Oklahoma City West Mesonet site illustrates how that air temp really swings over time. Looking at last week, the highs on this graph were up in the 70s for that site, and then they journeyed down as we entered the early part of the week, getting down into the 40s for lows, and then we saw those air temps creep up, the daily highs going up, the lows getting less and less until we reached Sunday. They came in with a high of 79 degrees, and then we began to see that roller coaster head back down into those cooler temps on Wednesday. The rain that came through the state early this week was very sparse, and down in the far southeast they were fortunate to have a few sites with 2 inches or above, but much of the state just very, very light scattering of rain. With those cooler air temperatures coming in across the state, we are seeing the soil temps beginning to go down. A map from early this week of the 4-inch soil temperature under bare soil shows those northern blue areas in the low 50s. We can get into a band in the green area, those are in the upper 50s, and then down in the far southeast, soil temps are still up in the 60s for an average soil temp. Well, thanks for joining us on the Mesonet Weather Report. We look forward to seeing you again next week if you have a chance.